So basically, we added a lot more detail to this drawing right here. So yeah, that was the most embarrassing time of my life when I really got dunked on. But right here, so I actually what I did was I had to delete another video because I was trying to do another video like longer, and I was just trying to collide the videos into one. So I didn't really get to show me drawing to people. But what we have right here, yeah, we have everyone's watching and playing the basketball game and everything. So right here, there's a dude right there coming to bring me a ladder to get me down because no one really wants to help. But anyway, you notice that the dude is like 7 feet tall, so it's like, what is the need for the ladder, right? So we're over here. You're just gonna leave me hanging up there. So down here are the guys recording what's happening right here. So basically, this right here is basically just where everything just gets embarrassing because now all my friends like gets to watch over and over just me get dunked on. So right there is the camera guy too, and actually I made them look like actual directors and filmmakers right here. It is not what they look like in real life. Like when it happened, I just drew them as like a camera directors just for a joke. But yeah, so yeah, I was also trying to impress a girl too, and ended up looking as flat as a pancake later. So eventually she came back. I thought she left because like that was the most craziest thing to see, like a guy trying to impress you, and then you watch him get dunked on at the at the line CA. But nah, like this isn't the first time I got dunked on. Actually, really, it really isn't. Like one time they lowered the court, and I was teaching some kids how to play basketball. And what had happened was, turns out they actually fooled me because they were really good. And the other dude lifted the other dude up, and that kid just like straight up just pounded me, like bam, like right in my face. All right, I was right underneath the rim. I didn't even see him coming, and I said, "Dang, I got dunked on by a 6-year-old." It was the most craziest time though, for real. It turns out I'm actually the 6-year-old right here, playing up against grown men right there. Nah, but the YMCA is a great place though. I really love going to the YMCA. It's my favorite place to go, just for fun. And so yeah, I'm just gonna polish it up some with the to make it look more animated. But yeah, I love going to the YMCA because it's just a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of times, like as teenagers, we just need to find that one place where we could just think and just live a life, because all of us, we all need something to cope with. We need a coping mechanism. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, one thing about another reason why I'm doing these voiceovers now. I'm not doing actual voiceovers. This is actually like live. Like this is actually really happening. And the thing is like this is because I don't want to have too many. I just don't want to like continue to make short videos, stop motion videos of me just drawing stuff. I want to still do that, but I also want to make very entertaining videos of me explaining my work and me talking about the process and showing the process of my work. And yeah, just telling jokes, cracking jokes, telling funny stories, and also creating funny art as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. One thing I love about going to the gym is that like when everyone comes to the gym, like everyone can learn from one another and get to know one another. So yeah, this is the very first time I ever got dunked on. Make that second time counting when the 6-year-old kid dunked on me. Like I didn't even see him coming either. It's like I was trying to teach them how to play basketball. So yeah, we're just gonna. Yeah, you see, it looks really good. You know, that's one thing I love about these Sharpies. They really work. You know. But yeah, so right here was actually like this isn't the time. Like there was another time where I was playing defense and I had to redeem myself. I came back into the gym trying to redeem myself because I actually had to guard the center again. You know, and I was like, okay, here we go. You know, so once all my friends start coming in, they thought it was part two. They thought that this was a sequel to Vince gets dunked on again, and it was my chance to prove him wrong. Cause one thing about it is I had to get in my defensive stance, and the guy he was like coming to me like a hurricane or something like that. Like the dude literally looked, the dude was literally coming to me like in one of those bull races, and it's like you never know what's gonna happen. You know, end up, you might just end up being the bull's food. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when he was like trying to dunk on me from the free throw line, he jumped up as high as he could, and I was just right underneath him, just like that. And when I went up to reach towards the shot pocket, trying to get a good block in. Turns out he was so close to dunking, almost hitting the rim right there, to where the ball bounced off and just went all the way into the bleachers. And for me, before becoming a human pancake, I was able to completely just roll myself away because that would have been really crazy. But it was a chance to redeem myself, and all my friends, as you can see, just like right here, that was them. Not that was not how they were actually dressed. That's actually just them as directors. I'm just making fun of them. So they were recording, and I was like, "Yep, see, I had to redeem myself, you know." Because they also had signs out there saying, "Sequel, Vince gets it done. Vince gets it done. The sequel." Yeah. One thing about this guy carrying this ladder right here, the funny thing about this is, you know, it's like this dude can easily just help me get down. Like, come on, bro. Like, don't just leave me hanging up there. And I'm actually gonna draw another one of just me hanging up there and everyone's just leaving the gym. Like, I like to joke on myself a lot. I like to make fun of myself, you know, for fun. You know. Let's see. Now it's time to draw the guys dunking. I really did not know what to draw when this first started, which is kind of rare because I usually always know what to draw. But you know, this is the beauty in the process of an artist, you know, of an artist's craft, because that ball's a little too big. Like, it's like it's like a volleyball or something like that, or a soccer ball. I need it to look a little smaller, like a basketball, you know. Maybe a little bit more smaller, cause the way he was holding it in his hand, look, shoot, the way he was holding it, he was holding it like it was a golf ball or something. He was holding it like it was a tennis ball in his hand. A golf ball is really small. Like, you hold a tennis ball, it's really easy. That's how he was holding it. And I was like, I wonder if guys with big hands, like, I wonder if, like, carrying, like, the basketball in their hand, I wonder if it's like carrying a tennis ball, you know, because when I carry it, when I try to put the basketball in one hand, it's like, shoot, it's like I'm carrying a bowling ball or something. Like, not the weight process, but just, you know, how big it is and stuff like that. Whereas with guys with longer arms and, you know, stuff like that, like, they can carry it just fine. They can hold 2 water bottles on hand. I saw this one guy coming to the gym. He was able to, like, literally just hold 2 water bottles in his hand. That's how big and long his hands were. And I was like, wow. We were all like, oh my goodness, that's incredible. Forget the guy's name, but this dude, he was a great basketball player. He could dunk too, like none other. And I got to play against him, And this is where things get kind of great. Y'all thought I was gonna say I get demolished. No, what happened was I was able to actually read his offense. Oops, camera. I was actually able to read his offense, and right when I wasn't reaching for the ball, but I had my hand near his shot pocket, and what happened was I spread I think since I'm a righty, I spread my right arm out, and I was able to steal that ball and go for that layup. The second time I wasn't too lucky, and called for help defense. Guys, I think this is a really great project right here. It's a lot different than what I worked on last night, which I think is a great thing because I love leaning towards my sports side as well. When I lean towards my spiritual side, it's a very personal and a very beautiful journey. Which I love to share with everyone. But sometimes after serious stuff like that, I have to make everyone laugh at some point. See, he's wearing a cap. Someone make it look like a cap. So this guy, he's wearing a nice little cap right here. So we're just gonna erase some. Yeah. I really wish you guys could have saw me working on the sketches for the people and everything and adding, but I didn't get to record that part. But just inking and shading the silhouettes together and sharing with you these very memorable and very funny stories with you guys is enough for me, because I love building a great audience, friends that are here to listen and friends that are here to be entertained by the crazy stories I tell and also the artwork, because that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. This is probably one of my best videos so far. I have to admit, it's probably one of my best videos I made. I haven't really made that much of a good video lately. Well, I was gonna keep the white pants on this guy because I was gonna say the guys that wear the white pants are always the ones you need to watch out for. Because see, this guy has a much more longer camera than this guy's got. He's recording a lot, so it's like this guy is probably the one that posted online. Like this guy is probably the one that posted online, and this guy right here is probably just the one that just recorded just to show to all the friends in school. So the guy who posted online is the one you gotta watch out for, because he's the one that is up to something. So basically, yeah, you gotta watch out for that guy. It's always the ones in the white pants. Okay, guys, so let's see. We need to add a punchline to this. Oops. We need to add a punchline to this. A very cool punchline. Let's see. Something funny I think of, because I was gonna say dunked it. Well, I was thinking to put the words in between right here. These boxes right here. I was thinking of putting the words like to make it look like it's there, like someone those helicopters, those airplanes in the sky where they got the words written on it, something like that. Like the words are so big, it's like it's coming through the window. So let's think of something good, like a really good punchline. I was gonna say dunked it. I got dunked. Something. Let's see. I got dunked. I'm not sure what to say. A lot of times when I record these live videos, I'm not really sure what to come up with, like what the words I should come up with for my art. And sorry if I'm having trouble getting my words out. Sometimes that happens. It runs in the family. My father is the same way, so it happens. Sometimes my speech is off. I have to polish that up. Okay, let's add some more details to that. All right, let's see what we can come up with. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna go with I got dunked. Okay, let's see. Gotta make it look good for the bleachers too. Let's see. Yeah, nice little funny callback. I got dunked. I'll call it that because I remember seeing this really funny shirt that said "Been there, dunk that," and I was like, "That's a really funny catchphrase." And I said, "I'm gonna start coming up with stuff like that." It was a little bit too big. I got dunked. It's not gonna look like the pencil, guys. It's gonna look a lot more better, a lot more polished, as I like to say. One thing about as an artist is you also have to know when to make your work polished and when it's really polished and really nice. And I think that's what really separates some of the the good artists from the great. Because if you have if it looks really nice and really polished, like a professional's work, as an amateur, it's like people will begin to think you're a professional. It's like you can say yes, I am a professional, but I like to always call myself an amateur. I always like to call myself an amateur because I'm still a sponge. I'm still a sponge soaking up all of this knowledge as an artist. Okay, I got dunked. Don't make fun of me now. Like in the comments, like. No, I'm just playing. Like, say whatever y'all want for real. Like, cause this was actually a really funny moment. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, say what y'all want. I like to joke on myself a lot. Just, Yeah, I like that. I got dunked. Now let's polish it up with a bigger Sharpie real quick. Okay. Let's see. We're just gonna straighten up some of the letters right here. It's a good thing that we choose to use the write and draw in Sharpie because you can erase a lot. You see what I'm saying? You can erase a lot, so you will make mistakes. That's the beauty part of it, is to make mistakes. I remember when I was younger, I used to show my art to my Mimi and my Gigi, and they would always point out my mistakes, which I loved. I loved the fact that they would point out my mistakes and correct me on where I got my art wrong, like some of the details wrong. And I was always grateful for that because a lot of times when you don't point out the mistakes to the kid, it's like then they're prone to making more mistakes, So it's like when you point out their mistakes, like even this piece has a mistake, And it's some of the greatest artists in the history of art has always made mistakes in their work. And that's the beauty part, because once you point them out, it's like it makes them just as human as we are, I got dunked. So that's exactly what happened, guys. That's my little jokey joke for the night. It's my little story for the day. It's funny how I've had this piece of work for 2 years and didn't even know what to do with it. It was just a empty gym until we filled it with hoopers. If this doesn't go viral, I'm gonna have to actually go back to the gym and get dunked on for real, so so that can get viral. Wow, guys. All right, guys. So basically, that's what happened, and that's my little story for the night, guys. You know, I'm proud to share that because I never actually shared this story with anybody except for my friends at the Y. But so far as anyone else, nah. So y'all got the perfect opportunity. It's once in a lifetime to hear this special story that I basically had to get unflattened as a pancake from. Alright guys, so I'm gonna sign my name right now here. See? That's oops. You got very limited space, which isn't a good place to sign your name, but I just signed my name right here. I'm gonna sign it somewhere else. But I hope you guys really enjoyed my story, and I have another great video coming for you guys on the way tomorrow. So good night guys. Peace out.